Hey everyone, I told you I'd make a quick video on how you actually go about doing the domain name purchase and hosting purchase. So in Learning Plan 1, I said I highly recommend Total Choice Hosting simply because their cPanel is what I'm going to be demonstrating in class, and we've used them for hosting through the school and personally for years and have had really good luck. So if you want to go to Total Choice Hosting, we're going to start with a domain name. And I mentioned to you that you should think about this, do something professional, something that you want to advertise when you graduate, to go look at your portfolio. So if you go to domains right here, this is where you can do a search. And like I showed in class, if you do My Pretty Pony and run a search, you're not going to have much luck. But it is going to show you options that are available to you that are similar. Or you could try, in this case, all extensions. You want to see what's available under all extensions, and it populates over here. So Pretty Pony is a mere 3,600, so not quite what we want. I'm going to go through this process and actually register one and show you how it works. So this is a domain name, a .com, that I do want, so I'm going to say add this to my cart. And I'm going to then continue to the cart. I did 2 separate purchases, and that can help with just keeping things straight. So again, I mentioned for this class, I don't feel that I need the full privacy and protection, so I'm just going to go with the no thanks, continue to the cart. And from here, I'm going to register this for 1 year. It's going to renew at the same price yearly. And I'm going to check out. And from here, I'm going to be entering personal information, so I'm just going to pause the recording and come back when I get to the next screen. Okay, on that previous page, some things to note. I used an email, and then when I went to a username, I tried using my email again, and it really didn't like it. So it has to contain so many characters and some other things, and as you're typing in your username, it will tell you if it's available or not. So I had to try a couple of things to get a username that was available, and then with the password also has to be 9 objects, 9 characters, whatever. So be aware of that too. If you're not getting the OK button to light up, you probably have done something wrong with your username or your password as far as meeting their rules. Immediately write that down, and I mean immediately. Write this down and then write it down again, take a picture of it, put it in your cell phone, whatever. This is stuff that you need to remember. On the pay page, go ahead and do that. I'm going to pause again. Once you fill in your address, you'll be taken to the payment page, and you can go ahead and fill that in. You'll then come to a page that has all of your details showing, and it will say complete the purchase, and go ahead and do that. And you'll come to this page saying that a receipt is being sent to your email. Whatever email you use, be very aware. You need to go check it. You're going to get lots of documents coming in there that you need to be aware of and possibly print. So do we want to keep shopping? Yep, we do. We love shopping. So go ahead and keep shopping, and let's go get that hosting. So I'm going to jump to hosting right here, and we're going to choose the shared hosting. And we're going to go with the cheapest plan, the starter plan at $3.95 a month. We're going to click Get Started Now, and probably come back to some more shopping carts. All right, I will use my existing domain and update my name servers. So the domain name that you just registered, and make sure that if you did registered a .net or a .biz or whatever you did, make sure you type that in correctly. And all right, it's probably going to try to upsell us a few things. Do we want monthly spam and virus email protection? I'm going to skip all this and just go on to continue. And it's in our cart. And I'm going to do the checkout again. And we're coming back to that same page, so I'm going to fill that in. After I entered all my information, I noticed that there was an option up here that said, "Are you already registered?" And I filled it all out, and then it said, "Sorry, you already exist." So obviously, going with the already registered button on the checkout page is the easy thing to do. So go ahead and click that. All right, after I clicked that already registered, I came to this page and I jumped down and did my card number, but I failed to see this existing customer login, so I got kicked back here again. So when you do see this, use your login. Again, it wasn't my email address. I had to do this in the previous step when I registered for my domain. So whatever login you used and password, make sure that you do that first. And then I just started typing in my same credit card, not a different one. It wouldn't let me uncheck this, and it knew it right away, and it said, okay, everything's fine. So, okay, I have to tell you another strange thing that just happened to me while we were paused. When I went to log back in, even though my username was just my name, no @gmail, from the previous steps, it wouldn't work. So I turned it into my email, added the @gmail.com, used the password that I set up a few minutes ago, and I got in. So yeah, that was weird, but hopefully your setting up of a login name and a password goes more smoothly than mine. But at any rate, things worked, and I noticed from my pop-ups over here that I have a few emails waiting for me. So I'm going to pop into those in just a second, but I also want to show you that I can now continue to the client area. So I'll show you what that looks like. And I do have other things registered with them, so maybe that had something to do with it. But here's the one I just did. It's active, and then some other things that I have going for other clients. So if I wanted to do something with this one, I would be clicking on the domain that I just registered. And this is basically my control panel from the back side of Total Choice Hosting. We're going to get into this next week in class together, so don't worry about this. However, you do need to go and check your email because it's going to give you a lot of instructions for how to get here and how to use the services that you just bought. So for now, if you do log out from here and come back to just totalchoicehosting.com, you'll always be able to log in as a customer, use the login and password that you set up, and you'll be able to come to, your services and look at these things. So that's all for here. I'm going to pause and pop over to my email and show you some important emails you need to watch for now. All right, I used my personal Gmail for this, so I went and checked that, and the first one that came in is a thanks for creating your account with us. And when we look at that, here's your account information, sign in to get started, here's their help and their online help support. So this is really important to be aware of this. The second one they said was just an order confirmation, that I have a domain name and here's the price. You can I print these and keep track of these when I work with clients to make sure I remember how much I paid and I can charge the client accordingly. And order confirmation. Okay. You will receive an email from us shortly once your account has been set up. Please quote your order reference number if you wish to contact us. So this is kind of telling you, hey, your hosting has been started. It's going to be processing. Watch your email. Another invoice, and another invoice. So I'm still waiting to see the detailed ones. I'll just jump down to a previous time that I got email from them and show you what those look like, something that you should be watching for. Well, just got another one pop in. Let's refresh this. All right, I just refreshed while we were talking. Here we go. Please read this in full and print for your records. Do this, do this, do this. Print it, screenshot it, bring it with you. Anything and everything. Take a picture on your phone. This is telling us about our hosting. If we wanted to log in right away, this is the generic username and password that they've set up for us. Here's our control panel. And once our domain name has propagated, we'll also be able to get to it using the domain name with some additional information, how we get into the back end of this. They tell you your server name and your IP address, and you're also getting name servers. So if you are using an existing domain name with your brand new hosting account, you would need to go update this. So if you've already had an existing domain through GoDaddy or something, you would have to go and update the name servers to now point to where it's being hosted at Total Choice. So here's a lot of information. We're going to get into this all next week in class. Bring this, print this, and know this. I would recommend you don't do anything beyond this, actually buying it and getting these emails until class next week as well. We will talk through all of this, but that should be all you need to know for now.